Hello, I am Herb Koch and I'm with the Chicagoland Lionel Railroad Club. And we're going to do one of my favorite engines, one of a type that I actually had a chance to be an engineer on. And you can see from the certificate that I have, I am an experienced engineer with the Alco S2. Here's a picture that my wife took as I was operating the S2 at the Hoosier Valley Railroad.
Hi, I'm Kevin Berry, and we're going to look at two Great Northern S2 engines, Lionel stock number 82120 and 82121. You'll see them as switch engine number 2 and number 5 in the orange and green Great Northern livery.
Well, Kevin, here is Lionel's number 2 engine and the S2, which just looks every bit the engine that I drove with in the Lackawanna livery. But I love how the front steps are there, and it's got this V brace that is typical of this S2. You got the headlight, you got radiator.
That would be the characteristic top of the hood radiator for the S2.
And then you got your full set of trucks in front and in back. And I love the Great Northern logo and the engineer figure.
Right behind the driver in the orange band is the builder plate. That's a great detail. Most model railroaders don't realize that every engine had a builder plate, because that's how you showed what the pedigree of the engine was.
And Lionel did a good job of printing that.
It's not just printed, that actually stands out just a touch. It's a molded detail.
A nice touch that Lionel has.
Yeah. And the safety striping on the steps, and the fact that the rails are in a contrasting color to the engine, just like they would be in a prototypical unit. The grab rails are attached. They're not molded in. This engine looks like it is supposed to look. If this engine was just 46 foot long, it'd be out earning money for the road.
It sure would. So let's activate the signal sounds by giving it the aux 1. Okay, we heard the bell and the whistle. What's also nice about this legacy engine is that it has a headlight for going forward, but it also has running lights when the engine is going in the other direction. And there we have the Sodar crew, Mr. Topham Hat and 2 of his engineers, coming over from the island Sodar to watch us as we review the Lionel S2. So what's nice about the Lionel engine, here we have the number 2, and Lionel also made a number 5, knowing that it would be a great consist for this S2 combination. So let's bring in the number 5, and notice how the number 5, the headlight, is leading its way into conjunction with its direction.
These switch engines do have proper directional lighting.
Okay, now they're linked together. Let's head on out. Now you saw the 1 engine was able to move all the freight cars. With 2, it's that much stronger.
characteristic radiator on top of the hood for the S2, but if you also look on the hood, you'll see the exhaust stack is larger than normal and it is off-center. The reason for that is the S2s had a supercharger that helped them generate the 1,000 horsepower, which was 340 horsepower more than the previous S1s could generate.
You know, it's amazing that the supercharger is going to give it that much more power. You know, without it, it's just around 600 horsepower.
It was almost a 50% increase with the supercharger, but it really made the S2 a very versatile switch engine.
This is the tower. All clear to move on to the lead. Over. Copy that. Here we come. Out. Here, mister. Almost there. Going in now. Over. Roger that. Out.
When you reverse the engine, the headlight from number 5 goes on, and the running lights of number 2 are now on.
That would be prototypical operation. You know, there were only 1,502 of these S2s built in the 10 years that they were built.
And that was a big number for Alco.
Yes, it was. I don't have any numbers on how they were divided amongst the railroads, but there are still S2s in operation.
I know the Lackawanna that I drove at Hoosier Valley is there.
Hoosier Valley has an Erie Lackawanna.
You know, one thing I like too about these engines is that when the engines are running, the cab light is off, which is what would be in real life. But then when you stop the engine, the cab light goes off so the engineer can see what he has to read. And there it turns on.
That is a nice detail. The Heritage Cooperative in Mechanicsburg, Ohio, is the latest owner in a string of owners for the former B&O 9040, an operating S2 that retains her second B&O number. She was originally built as B&O number 496 in 1945.
Very good.
So these engines just keep running and running strong.
Yeah. Now you can see the red light being illuminated by the running lights of the engine, number 5, on that Santa Fe boxcar.
It doesn't get much better than this.
Those are sharp engines. And now you can see the running lights from number 5.